me. I'm going to attempt to share my screen. If someone can just let me know if you can see it in a couple of seconds, that would be perfect. All right, are you all able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you so much. All right, we'll get started. So, today I'll be discussing some of our volunteer opportunities, but I first want to start with our mission and our fundamental principles. So, sorry, 1 second. Okay. So, the American Red Cross prevents and alleviates human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. Volunteers actually make up 90% of our workforce. We focus on 7 fundamental principles, which includes humanity, neutrality, impartiality, universality, independence, volunteer service, and unity. We also focus on 5 areas of service, which includes preparedness and health and training services, biomedical, disaster, service to the armed forces, and international. Due to the pandemic, we have had to modify how we carry on our mission, so majority of our volunteer opportunities are remote now. But our work still impacts lives every day. Every 60 seconds, 63 people are assisted by the American Red Cross. 190 times a day, Red Cross volunteers help a family affected by a house fire or a disaster. And 380 times a day, we provide emergency assistance to military members and their families. So now I'll discuss some of our volunteer opportunities, starting with our disaster action team member. If I'm going too fast, tell me to slow down. I tend to talk fast, so just tell me to slow down if I'm going too quick. So the disaster action team member, this volunteer provides emergency response to local disasters, particularly house fires, ensuring that those affected have access to resources for basic necessities such as food, shelter, and clothing. It does require a minimum of 2 12-hour on-call shifts a month, and once again, it is done virtually. Next, we have our 2 virtual presenter positions. The first is called the virtual pillowcase presenter. This volunteer works with grades 3 to 5, teaching them the importance of being ready when disasters such as a house fire occurs. And the second, we have our virtual volunteer recruitment position. So this is kind of like what I'm doing now, just presenting to different organizations on what the American Red Cross does. So this volunteer coordinates and helps inform the community through virtual informational sessions by sharing their story and spreading the awareness of our mission. And lastly, we have our missing maps volunteer position. This individual will be responsible for tracing satellite imagery into an app called OpenStreetMap. And you'll be adding like local details such as neighborhoods, street names, and evacuation centers. And we will use this information to plan risk reduction and disaster response activities that save lives. So, as you all can see, volunteers play a critical role within our organization. And without you, we wouldn't be able to deliver key services and serve our community. And I know some may be thinking, if I become a Red Cross volunteer, how can this benefit me? Well, there are many benefits, but here are just a few. It's an opportunity to meet new people, make a difference in your community, and even learn skills to update your resume, such as learning public speaking and leadership skills. So I know that Kara said that it's a different way that you all will sign up to be a volunteer, so I'm going to skip this slide. But if you are interested in becoming a volunteer, we do have a Red Cross Club organization on your campus. And what this club is they plan and organize a minimum of 3 mission-related service projects each school year. So if you all are interested in joining the Red Cross Club or just interested in volunteering, I have included my contact information as well as our volunteer recruitment team hotline information. So thank you for having me today, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon.
Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, so many of our agencies do have additional ways for students to sign up. The students will sign up through Give Pulse, which is our volunteer management system here at the university. And then once it's set up through there, if you have paperwork that needs to be signed or them to sign in through your system, then they can do that as well. So thank you for sharing that. Next up, we are going to have Livestream present, and give me one moment as I give them co-host. Okay, so next up we have Livestream.
Hi, I am Laura Bray with Livestream Services. Can everybody hear me well? Fantastic. Livestream Services is your local area agency on aging that works to improve the quality of life for people at risk of losing their independence. We serve over 19,000 seniors and people with disabilities in 12 counties in our service area. And we provide them services such as care management, transportation, in-home care, senior cafes, home-delivered meals, and a wide array of services. In our current situation, our volunteer program is adapting to a more virtual opportunity. We are keeping our clientele, our volunteers, and our staff more socially distanced for everyone's safety. In saying this, we had to put our heads together to think outside the box on engaging our SBS students. With our seniors being home more than ever before, we want to give them the opportunity to be engaged with our communities and all it has to offer. If your major is health studies, education, nutrition, geriatrics, social services, theater, design, IT, it doesn't matter. It can be anything for this opportunity. We're asking you to join Livestream Services in creating fun for our seniors. An interactive educational video for us to share on social media. So high quality is important. Maybe a trip to a local hotspot like a state park, an apple orchard with all of the sunflowers in bloom, the Christmas tree farm, a botanical garden, or something in your hometown, in your neighborhood. Walk around and take the best quality video that you possibly can. Talk to the viewers, tell them what you see, what you hear, and put a lot of thought into it. Tell us everything you can about the location. And when our isolation ends, it'll entice our seniors to get out and go to these places that you shared with them. If you're a nursing student, fitness, nutrition, wellness, we can do the same thing, but we can put it together a little differently. We can show our seniors how to do safe chair exercises. You can research the best walking shoes out there or fitness clothing for them to wear during the different seasons. Talk about healthy snacks, educational information on cholesterol, heart disease, things along those lines, and put it into like a YouTube video for us so we can share it online on our Facebook page. We'll work together in creating this and coming up with a theme for your video. We can even work with our marketing program to help edit your videos, things along those lines. And then lastly, this is going to be brand new for us, but again, outside the box, we were thinking of, there's a big stigma with the word senior center. Seniors who are 60, not much older than myself, feel like they're not old enough to go to a senior center. That's for old people. And they're not engaging in those. And we want to see what the world is doing, United States and other countries, to make their senior centers a hotspot for seniors. what they're doing, where they're getting the seniors, how they're engaging the seniors, and what they do when the seniors are getting there. So we would love to see somebody help us with some research, all virtually, from your laptop, from your home, and tell us about other senior centers and what's making them successful. And I said lastly last time, but let's say that again. Lastly, we have a brand new program. It's called the Friendly Caller Program. And we are reaching out to isolated seniors just to chat, just to say hi. We've recently been on Fox 59 News talking about the program, so we have a lot of volunteers coming out wanting to make these phone calls. We're engaging the seniors. We're getting more seniors to sign up for these friendly phone calls, although it's probably not going to achieve the full 12 hours that you all need in your program. It is also a wonderful way to give back to the community and offer that friendship and that conversation to seniors. If you have other ideas, I'm always open for ideas, so that is no problem whatsoever. We do screen all of our volunteers with a online application, so you can go to the Livestream website and apply there, as well as Give Pulse. And for anybody that needs that information, I will put it in the chat box. And that's what I have. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you find exactly what you're looking for today.
Thank you very much. Next up, we're going to have Hillcroft. Do we have a representative from Hillcroft? Is Nicole or Leanne on the call? Nicole or Leanne? Okay. Well, they may not be able to join us right now. If they do, we will have them go ahead and speak at that time. So lastly, we're going to end with Beneficence Family Scholars.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for joining us today. We are BFS. Beneficence is a bit of a mouthful, so we try to make that easy for you guys. And we are an organization that works to eradicate generational poverty by helping single parents attain higher education. So we have opportunities to work with adults who would be the parents in our program, teenagers, children. We want to work with the entire family unit and make sure that everyone is set up to succeed. And we have an extremely flexible range of options. If any of you have a background in social work, we have some options for you to work directly with the families. A big part of our model is identifying barriers that are standing in between families and going back to school, and then connecting with different resources to help solve those problems. So we have both a direct service component as well as a research component as well, if you'd like to solve problems and figure out puzzles. We have a lot of research and behind the scenes work that you can do to help our families creatively solve whatever barriers they might be facing. We're also working on getting some more virtual programming for our families in place. So if you have a talent or a skill, if you're interested in art, or if you want to share some of your knowledge about exercise, nutrition, healthy eating habits, things like that, you could either do a live session or you could film a short video explaining a simple concept that would go on to our virtual library. You could aim that either for parents, teens, or younger children, because we want to have a range of information available for our families. We also have a range of behind the scenes work. If you're interested more in the administrative or strategic planning side of things, we have several committee positions open, and we are very, very happy to work with students if you want to help us with research, expansion efforts, social media, marketing, writing, grants, any of those opportunities. We can be very, very flexible for whatever you are interested in developing. We really appreciate student volunteers, and it's very important that you get something out of it to us. So we're really focused on professional development. We'll write a letter of recommendation for you, and that will be personally tailored for you. It's not just a form letter. We're happy to work with whatever title fits your professional goals. So if you want to be a committee member or count it as an internship, we have a couple students holding liaison positions. We're happy to work with you, whatever title or position you want to hold that fits best in with your career goals. And we're also very happy to help you workshop your resume after the experience to make sure that it's really representing the full extent of the work that you did and the experience that you added to our organization. So we are looking for a wide range of volunteers this semester. I'm working on fixing our settings because it might show us as having a smaller capacity than we actually do. So if you try to sign up and it says we're already full, shoot me a message through GivePulse and we will absolutely have an opportunity for you. So looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much for sharing. At this time, I'm going to share my screen and just show you all where you're going to be able to find GivePulse and get signed up for these opportunities. Michelle, if you do want some capacity things changed, you can always reach out to us as well, and Courtney, and we can get those adjusted for you as well. But obviously, you're more than welcome to do that yourself. We just want to help in any way possible. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quickly here, and then we'll open it up for some questions after that. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Yes? Okay, perfect. So you're going to go to Ball State website and go down to the Office of Student Life. BeneLink is where students, you're going to find information about student organizations, and GivePulse is where you'll find our volunteer management system. From here, you'll click the login button. You can log in with your Ball State username and password. Oh, one moment. Sometimes it takes a minute. Okay, and then from here, you're going to be able to scroll down, and this is where you're going to be able to search any opportunities that are happening. You'll see that things are coded as either in-person or virtual. In this instance, if you are interested in, let's look for Livestream. So if you are interested in one of the opportunities that Laura shared with Livestream, you're going to select that. You're going to be able to read more about those opportunities. She has 50 spots available, and you'll be able to do this on your own time, obviously. And so then you would just click this green register button. And this is how you're going to get signed up for it. Make sure you're reading all the liabilities. And then so you're going to click those and hit continue. When you hit continue, that's you signing up. Once you have completed your project, in this instance with Livestream, you're going to want to make sure that you are, and you've submitted it, you are adding your impact. So you'll click the add impact button. You'll search for Livestream. And then you're going to come in here and click add impact. You can list if it's part of a course, the range of dates that you did, the hours, how many hours you worked on the virtual service. You can rate your experience, and then you're going to click add impact. That will send Laura a direct message that says that you completed your service hours. Again, if you are doing a virtual service project, make sure that you are submitting the project before you add that impact, because the agency is going to want to see that you've completed that work. And then you're going to be able to go in and they'll say, you know, yes, you did do that work. They have the completed project showing that you did do the work, so they'll be able to approve it. So do we have any questions from any of our students, any of our agencies?
I have one real quick. So you were mentioning on GivePulse, like when you add your impact, I was like trying to take notes and I missed what you said about like submitting the project. So do you submit the project underneath add impact?
Good question. So you'll actually work with the community partner to submit that project to them in the format that they want it. So if it's, if it's a YouTube video or a PowerPoint, you'll email that directly to them. And make sure that they have received that, and they'll give you direct, really clear directions as far as what they want. So some agencies may have different expectations as to when you're going to get that sent to them, and any deadlines that they have. So they may want pieces of a project done at different points in the semester, and then at the end of the semester have the final project sent to them. It's going to depend on the agency. So I'll open it up to the agencies. Do you have any advice or guidance on what your expectations are?
I really don't, not from Livestream Services. Our goal is to give the students a way to go, something different, to keep yourself safe and to still use your creativity and your passion. And this was the best opportunity that we could share with each of you. And it just allows you to be yourself and to explore what you want to explore, and in your own time. So you're not taking away from your class time or feeling that pressure. So I think all of us as the partners feel that same way. We don't want to take away from your classroom time and your education. We want the volunteering to be a fulfilling experience.
I think one of the keys here too is just make sure that you're communicating with the community partner. So make sure that if you have questions, once you know what agency you want to work with, that you're communicating with them, you're asking them questions, you're talking through any challenges that you might be facing at that time. You can always reach out to SBS, and I'm going to send our email address into the chat so everyone can see it. But I just wanted you to know that that communication with the agency is really, really important. And they're going to be the ones approving your hours and helping you along this journey. Do we have other questions? Some questions we might get is maybe you're going to be able to complete, maybe you have 12 or 15 hours that you're required to complete. And maybe with one agency, you're going to be able to get 5 hours, but you're not going to be able to get your full 12. And so you might want to work with another agency. Agencies, if students have a specific number of hours that they need to complete, what do you want them to do as far as communicating that to you and how they're best going to be able to serve you?
So with the American Red Cross, our volunteer opportunities are all long-term volunteer opportunities. Unfortunately, they're not just like one-time events, but as I stated with the Red Cross Club, it may be a little different since you all only would complete only 3 mission projects a school year. That may be better for what you're looking for if you had to complete some hours just for class. But unfortunately, all of our volunteer opportunities are long-term, and they are all flexible. So we definitely understand that you all are in school. I just graduated not too long ago, so I can definitely relate. So yes.
We're pretty flexible. If somebody only wants to do a couple hours with us, we'd probably do a one-time event. So we have some like Halloween activities. We drop off packages for our families, and you get to dress up and go in your Halloween costumes, and it's a lot of fun. And we also have some other, fundraising opportunities. So yeah, definitely, if you can only do a couple hours, we are still very happy to have you.
And the exact same for Livestream Services. We're extremely flexible. There's just so many different things that we can do. So just reach out to us and we'll talk about your needs, and we will take it from there, and we'll work together to work together an hour or work together for 12 hours. Thank you.
Thank you all. I do find that making sure that you're having those conversations up front is really important, because the difference between the agencies is really important, and we want to make sure that these are mutually beneficial, so that both you as a student are getting what you need out of it, but also the agency is getting meaningful service from you. And so again, that's really important to have those conversations. Those are some of our frequently asked questions. Agencies, do you receive some questions each semester that you want to kind of share some of those answers with our students? Do you have some FAQs you want to share? Okay, well, it looks like that is going to wrap up this session. We did end early. If any of you students are interested in any of our other sessions, we are going to have a session at 10 a.m. focusing on working with children, and a session at 11 a.m. that's going to focus on hunger and homelessness. And then all of that's going to repeat again this afternoon starting at 1 o'clock, with health at 1 o'clock, children at 2 o'clock, and hunger and homelessness at 3 o'clock. Myself and the agencies are going to stay on the session until about 9:45. So if folks do have questions, you can definitely feel free to ask those questions and stay on the call. But we will be here if you have any questions. Thank you and have a wonderful day. I am going to list SVS's email address so that way everyone has access to it. So if you have questions about getting signed up, please note that it is svs@bsu.edu. It's in the chat. Thank you all.
Hi, I did have a question. So I work and have classes all day, so I just wanted to see if I can get the recordings of 2 of the later sessions, because I'm going to be at work or in a class for the rest of the day up until 5, so I won't be able to go to any of them.
Yes, absolutely. So we are recording this session, and then we'll be recording the other sessions as well. So if you will email svs@bsu.edu which sessions you want the recordings of, we will get those sent to you tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick clarifying question for Amina. So with one of the opportunities you mentioned working with children ages 3 to 5 and like talking about preparedness for disasters. Did that fall under the virtual presenter? Like what opportunity did that fall under?
Yes, that did fall under the virtual presenter. Honestly, I'm not sure how they're doing that, but I'm guessing it may be like a Zoom call where they may join a class session and just present the opportunity. Basically, what we do is just, teach the children, play little games with them, but just teach them how to be prepared for if a home fire was to occur in their house, like what to do, what steps to take. So yes, and it's grades 3 to 5.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For those of you just joining us, I wanted to share with you that we are, our agencies have already presented on their specific health-related opportunities. We are open for questions at this time. If you have specific questions for any of our agencies, please let us know. And that if you are here for the 10 a.m. session focusing on children, we will get started just a little bit after 10 a.m. If you'd like to hear from any of our agencies, we do have Livestream, Beneficence Scholars Program, and the American Red Cross on the call. And I know they will be more than happy to answer any questions or to share some information about their service opportunities. Kelly, you're lighting up as if you're trying to talk, but I'm not hearing anything. I just wanted to let you know that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I cannot get this. I've had to borrow someone else's computer. None of our things are using Dorica's Zoom camera thing, and I don't, and the person who does technical won't be in until 10. So, oh, now I can't hear you at all. Fantastic.
I was muted. I apologize. Okay, Kelly, I did not realize that was you because I couldn't see you. And just said Kelly. So your session will start at 11 o'clock. So if you want to be present the whole time, you are more than welcome to be. And we would love to have you here, but your session will start at 11 o'clock and it'll run from 11 to 12. And your second session will be from 3 to 4 for you to present. Agencies, I'm curious, how did you feel about this setup?
I think this works really well.